Yeah, hi Al. So in this lesson or in this course, we're going to be learn in terms of the MySQL course. So this MySQL is going to be very helpful whenever you want to retrieve any kind of the data from the database. So for that, we have learned what are the different statistics we are going to be perform, and also the with recording Power BI dashboards we are going to be get rid of. But what will happen eventually whenever you try to understand with respect to retrieving of any data from the database? So it consists of some database here with recording some number of the current and also the different tables we have. So this is the table one, this is the table two. So each and table having the different records, maybe probably for the 100 million or 10 million records for each and every table, with consisting of the different column names, different columns. And if suppose you want to be retrieve any kind of the data in terms of the table one, or in terms of the any kind of the data storage, this is nothing but data storage, right? So further we can call it as a data lake, and you can also call it as a database. So yeah, so by using the database or the data store, we are going to be retrieve few of the records. Suppose I want to take the record only who having the age is greater than or less than 75. Whoever having the age is greater less than of the 75. So this is my question. I want to retrieve the data from according to the data storage what we had. So corresponding to, we had to write some querying nature, or you can say some kind of the syntax to understand it's going to be retrieve the data from the database. So for that, we had to look on this course and try to understand what are the different syntaxes and what are the different queries to ultimate our store data storage account, and how does that going to be correlated with this. So yeah, further we can go to discuss some of the theoretical concepts, I can say. Then we can go and discuss how to install the MySQL, and we can play around with some of the different data sets. So so let's go and understand the RDMS, what exactly the RDMS does, and how does that stand for RDMS means. So RDMS is nothing but the relationship database management system, a relation database management system, which is basically tells about the SQL, sequential query language. So the sequential query language in the modern nowadays we are using currently as a MySQL, and also we're going to be integrated with the IBM DB2, Oracle, MySQL, Microsoft Access, with respect to the different cloud environments we are currently showcasing the DMS. So the relationship database management systems, I can say integrated. We can also call it as DBMS for that matter, which having the introduced concept in terms of 1980s around. So that from the EF code, the person is going to be introduced the relation model and the relation database to understand more detail. And some other concept with respect to the data integrity, we're going to be learned with respect to the different domains knowledge and the entity relationship between the both of the models we are going to be showcased. So yeah, you can see here entity integrity, which consists of the different following categories. Entity integrity is nothing but there are no duplicate rows in the table. Suppose we have a table with respect to the unique columns or unique kind of the rows, that may be possible to get user IDs may not be duplicate, because at the time you're going to be log on to the user ID, my user ID will be different with the your user ID. It may not be possible to get that much of duplicates. So at the time we call it as the entity integrity. There is no duplicate rows in the table. And something called as a domain integrity. Domain integrity came into the picture whenever you have some information valid with respect to the given column that is restricted by type, maybe data type or the format or the range of the values. So at the time we can call it as a domain integrity with regarding the RDMS database. And referential integrity, we will get eventually rows cannot be deleted at the time. You have only the view access, it cannot be modified that, which can be used by the other records. So we will also get eventually learn sometimes some of the keys in the RDMS, so that you will be, I try to understand what exactly it replicated to that. And differential integrity is just for understanding purpose of the keys. And user defined integrities User defined integrity basically tells about some basic some specification or some kind of the unique requirement with the business rules. They don't fall into the entity and domain and referential integrity. We can call it as a user defined integrity for that matter. Yeah, let's go and check out other theoretical concept with respect to the database management system called as normalization. So normalization is a process, I can say, whenever you have some effective kind of the data in the database. So there are so many reasons, maybe probably you have to do normalization of the process, such as eliminating redundant data. Okay, so you have, for example, storing of the some data more than one table. So at that time you had to delete one table and you kept the another table. So that's how eliminating some of the redundant or noisy data along with that. And ensuring the data dependencies. Okay, I mean, whoever having the dependencies on the table, you don't want to delete the table. If you delete the table, it may not be make sense for us to integrate with the other tables. And along with them, some of the reasons, like you had to be satisfied your goal at the time of reducing the amount of the space, like space and time complexity to encounter with your queries, whatever the queries you're going to be written at the time, had to be do somehow the logically store some location or some table. At the time, normalization will go and be help us to understand with respect to consist of the series guidelines. We're going to be help you to create the database structure. So yeah, we have so different normalization. I'm not going to the details integrity of the theoretical part. We can directly go and check out the what are the different classes and what are the different select statements we had with respect to the SQL query, so that will guidelines to provide some of the integrity with respect to the MySQL server also. And we have the different normalization functions. We're going normalization forms, I can say, first NF and second NF and third NF. So yeah, basically some of the difference between like eliminating the redundant data for the normal one, if like that, we're going to be good from the theoretical concept with respect to that. But that is a basic idea for the normalization. That is fine with us. So to install this MySQL software, just click on this. I will share this PPT with you. You can learn by using this PPT. What are the different links? I already shared this some of the links. So if I open that, yeah, you can see this link will going to be open. You can try to, yeah, this MySQL server is very important. You can also download in your software, but it's somehow the costness, I can say. I'm not preferable personally, but I prefer the online IDs we have with respect to the MySQL to handle out. I will also show you how to do with the online resources we had. It's somehow the paid. You can trial with the free version, with the try free version with respect to your credit card or the debit card, so that you will get some of the free kind of for the version for the 30 days. So it is much faster, I can say. You can see this is very faster when compared to whatever we are currently using with local systems. So I would suggest you go through this link and try to install freely available software called MySQL, so that we will perform the next operations with corresponding to the next item bunch of the points we are going to be learned together. Thank you.